Hi everyone, I just want to show you this short video to show you how easy it is to download the Join Me app and connect to the webinar. So all you need to do is open the PDF you've been sent, and if you scroll down you'll find links to the operating system or the device that you're going to be using to connect to the webinar. In my case I'm using an Apple Mac laptop for this demonstration, and so I click on the link for the Mac. But if you're using a Windows computer, there's a link for the Windows computers, and if you plan to connect on an iPad, an iPhone, or an iPod Touch, or an Android device, there are links there for those as well. And it also gives you some information about what versions of the software are accessible and able to run the software. So just simply click on the link that's appropriate to you. You'll see that that's connected me straight away to the Join Me website, and in an instant there it downloaded the Join Me app. On Apple Macs it goes straight into my downloads folder, and the app is there. On your device you'll know where it saves. I just follow my instructions to load the app, and you'll see how quickly that downloaded and opened for me at the top of the screen. It's really only a tiny application and is very, very quick and fast to download. You might find the icon, once it's downloaded, goes into your program files if you're a Windows user, or maybe located somewhere else on your computer in your applications folder or somewhere like that. But when you first open it, it'll open the application in the top center of your screen. All you do then is enter the code in this window here where it says enter code under the word join. So if we just go back to the PDF, I think the simplest way to do it is to copy the code there in red. So I block it in to select it, right click, copy, click back on the Join Me app just to bring it back up, right click, paste, and it pastes the code in, and click the green arrow, and you'll see it just takes a few seconds to connect, and already you're now connected to my screen, and that's my computer screen that you can see there. You'll also notice that you can resize this window. Down here in the bottom right hand corner you've got a little toolbar, and if you click this circular icon with the 4 arrows pointing out to the edges of the icon, it goes to full screen mode. And that's probably the best way to view it, because you'll get my screen as large as you can on your screen there. After a while the app disappears from your screen if you don't do anything, but as soon as you work with your mouse you'll see the app's buttons appear at the top of the screen again, and you've got 4 little buttons there. The next thing you need to do, and this is really important, if you don't do this you won't get sound, so you need to click the conference access button, which is the little handset button, the left green icon like a telephone handset. Just click that and click call by computer. It just takes a few seconds.
You will now be placed into the conference.
And she just tells you that you'll now be placed into the conference. Now you'll start to hear an echo on this recording because I'm sat next to the computer that I'm connected to. So I'm going to click the disconnect button in a moment. Don't you do that, because you'll be disconnected by sound. What I would say is you can click this little red icon on the Mac. It's up in the top left. I assume on Windows it's up in the top right. But you can just close that little window to get it out of your way. Okay. So I'm going to just click disconnect at this stage, but don't you do this until the end of the webinar. There
you are the last party in the conference.
Okay, so just to run through the other icons here, if you click the little green speech bubble icon, a little chat window will open. Here in the bottom you'll be able to select who you want to talk to. If you select the @all, then everybody will be able to see what you type. If you select @host, it will only be appearing on my chat window, so you'll be communicating directly with me. And you'll see everybody's name or handle as they appear in the conference. If you wanted to communicate just with one individual in the conference, you'd be able to click their handle and be able to talk just to them. But basically all you do, for example, if you wanted to talk to me, click at host, and in this middle section here, the small middle section here, just type a message, test message, press enter, and you'll see that it appears up here, there, and it also has appeared on my screen as well. So I can see that, and I can reply to that. So if I reply to it and type it back, you'll see that coming back to you. So you can use that to send me questions during the webinar. Because I'm teaching and I'm really concentrating, I won't be able to monitor that chat window during the webinar. But if you want to send any questions during the webinar, at the end of the webinar, I will scroll back through it and just see if I can identify any questions there that seem pertinent, and I'll answer as many as I can. Or if you just want to wait until the end of the webinar, and then when I say, does anybody want to send any questions over, that's the way you'll do it. Just type your question in there, and I'll do my best to answer as many questions as I can. If I don't get a chance to answer all of them, then certainly we'll bear in mind the questions and suggestions that you type in and see if we can cover them in future webinars. So again, you can just click the little red cross there and get rid of that. This central icon here with the little body with a number in it, that shows you how many people are connected. It just shows 2 at the moment. We've got Winston Churchill and the host. The host is me. Nice to see that Winston Churchill is logged in. And all the other participants will be appearing there. You can see that you can change your name if you want to, just to personalize it. When you log in, you'll probably be just called Visitor 1, Visitor 23, that kind of thing, or Attendee number 1. It depends. It just names people differently when they log in. Okay, and then you've got a few meeting tools here. You don't really need to use these because I won't grant your request, because this is for conferences where I hand control of the webinar over to other people. But in this case, I won't be doing that. And then at the end of the webinar, or if you need to leave early for any reason, don't worry, I won't be offended. I know people have places to go and things to do. Just click exit this meeting and you'll leave the meeting, and you can go and do what you want to do. Don't forget that if you have any technical difficulties, if you have to leave early, or if you can't connect to the webinar on the day, even if you plan to, you'll still be able to use the download link, which is in the PDF. Follow the instructions. It's towards the end of the PDF to download the video the day after the webinar, and then you'll get the whole webinar no matter what's happened on the evening. Okay, so hopefully that's just helped you see how easy it is to connect and how easy it is to navigate the whole system, and you'll also see how efficient the Join Me system is and how good the clarity is. So as long as you've got a broadband connection that has sufficient bandwidth, then you should get a very good user experience. We've chosen the system very carefully and invested in one of the good quality ones in order to make things as good as we can for everybody. So thank you for listening and supporting us. We really appreciate that, and I hope that you really benefit from the webinars that you decide to join in with. And I'll speak to you on the evening. Bye-bye.